Namaste. Welcome to Zoom Yoga number 34. As always, we'll start with the quote. It's from a Rebecca McIntyre. And she says, to succeed in life, you need three things: a wishbone, a backbone, and a funny bone. To succeed in life, you need three things: a wishbone, a backbone, and a funny bone. So as you're reflecting on that, if you'd like to lie down on your back, put the soles of your feet together, allowing your knees to flop out to the side, and we'll do the thumbs up the middle. Okay, so lie down on the mat, soles of the feet together, allowing the knees to flop out. Place the palms together with the fingers pointing down in your groin. And as we inhale, we're going to turn the thumbs around, so you're flexing at the wrists. Turn the thumbs around so they lie against the torso. And then you just raise the arms up the middle, tracing over the top of the face, onto the back of the head, onto to the ground as close to the head as possible. And then you stretch up and through. And this is a lovely stretch. You're elongating the torso, separating the intercostal muscles, stretching through the shoulders. I just had a crack in my shoulder there. And then exhale as you come out and down. So just relax into the movement. You can take a comfort breath after each movement if you wish, but we bend at the wrists first. Thumbs onto torso, and then trace the thumbs up over the torso, over the chin, the nose, the forehead, over your scalp. And you lift straight up and through. It's a lovely stretch. It's allowing you to get a deep, deep yogic breath. Diaphragm pushing down. And again, you lightly trace the fingers over the ground as they come down. So if you need to adjust your feet, take them in a bit after you've done a few breaths. Take them closer to your seat, which will facilitate a greater stretch in the groin area. So just continue at your own pace. Inhale as we come up. Of course, you can take as many breaths doing this as you wish. You wait for your natural pause. And then exhale and relax and release and soften. Just continue easing into the posture or the movement and allowing the body to stretch out any areas of tension. So as always, it's healing for the heart. The heart's at the same level as the rest of the body. You're supporting your medicine ball where your 40,000 thoughts occur each day. Your neck's getting a break. Your shoulders are getting stretched, and you're using minimal energy for maximum benefit. You're cleansing the lungs, purifying the blood, calming the nervous system. And if you're lucky, you might get some clarity of thought or some spaces between your thoughts, which is true peace, some spaces between your thoughts. Isn't that a wonderful thing to aspire to? Every thought creates a vibration, every single thought. So wouldn't it be nice if it was creating a positive vibration, a beneficial vibration? This is such a relaxing movement. As you exhale, you're softening, surrendering your body weight onto the ground. Again, if you need to adjust your feet, take them in a bit closer. Relax through the knees, through the inner thighs, and continue. Arms are straight. We turn the thumbs into the torso, and up we come. Of course, anytime you stop the video, replay it, rewind it, have a look. But this isn't so complicated. Of course, even if you lay and did this for 10, 15, 20 minutes, this would suffice. End of a stressful day. Get the body flat, get on the mat, get the breath, get your nutrition, get the cleansing, and just ease out the shoulders and arms, and smile, and let any stresses and strains that may have happened during the day, let them wash away. At any moment you can stop how you're thinking, start again. Any moment, you have the power. You also have the choice, of course. Couple more in your own time. And then take your knees together. You can use your hands to help your legs come up if you've been in this position for a long time. And we're just going to do simple sit-ups, but protecting the lower back. So we keep the feet at the seat, we keep the knees bent. And there's two ways of doing this. We can inhale before we start, exhale as we lift up, look up, and just slide our hands up to whichever point you can come up to. And you can hold here, your natural pause, and then slide back down as you inhale. Take a comfort breath. So inhale before we start. Exhale as you lift up your chin, look up, and you gently slide up. Wait for your natural pause. Inhale as you come back. So you can continue doing this, or you can hold when you come up for a number of breaths. It depends where you're at. It depends on the strength of your muscles. So alternatively, instead of coming up and down with each breath, exhale as we come up. Now you're not holding onto the knees, you're allowing the muscles in the stomach to do the work. You take a couple breaths. And then slide back down. But you have to ensure that your stomach muscles are up to speed and your lower back is strong enough. Otherwise you come up and down one at a time and take a comfort breath in between. Do this for a week, 5 minutes each day, and see what happens. Again, it's the stomach muscles that are doing all the work. We're not hanging on to the knees. And down we come. Again, we keep the feet in the same position. We're going to do the bridge. Generally, when you're doing yoga, it's best if you do one movement in a particular direction, you reverse it. So check that your feet are parallel. And we're going to raise our arms at the same time as we lift our seat. So we inhale as we raise our arms and stretch through, which we've already loosened up. And check that you're comfortable. Just have a few breaths. Inhale. You're not forcing the torso up high. You're just lifting it up to the first point of resistance. And relax. Now we're going to lift the leg. Right away, we're going to take the support in the left leg and we're going to lift the right. We don't have to lift it high. We just try and keep it straight. So play about with the left foot, get the support, and then we just lift the right. So we're not looking for a way up high, pulling in the hamstring. First point of resistance. So this is balancing, strengthening, and stretching. Inhale, stretch through the hands. Lift up. Check it, you're keeping your lift. You haven't dropped your bottom down. This is quite strenuous. Inhale as you stretch through the hands. See what you can get with your leg lift. Keep it straight. Bend, and then down. Inhale, lift up through the seat. Stretch through the arms and relax. You can repeat as many of these as you wish, but we're just going to do one to each side so you can experience it because it is strong, and then you decide how many you want to do in your own practice. So we take the balance, take the weight on the right leg, lift up the left. There you have it. So this is a balance, strengthening and stretching. So we inhale as we stretch through the arms. Check it, you've still got the arch through the back. Lift up the leg. You can feel what's happening with your right thigh. 3 breaths. And you slowly come out of it. We're staying up if you can and if you wish to. If not, let's lower your seat. But what we're going to do is take the heels closer to our bottom of our seat. And again, you barely have to lift and you get a lovely stretch through the thighs and a contraction of the gluteals. If you feel you want a stronger stretch, again, you take your feet in a bit closer and you're barely having to move your seat and you feel exactly what's happening to the thigh muscles and the gluteals. So you get the idea. We'll lower down on the exhalation. We're trying to get the hands to touch the ground at the same time as your seat. Stretch away both legs. These are relatively strong, but you do it at a level that works for you. Take a few comfort breaths. Always through the nose, where possible. It cleans the air before it reaches your lungs. If it's cold, it warms it up. And then we'll do the old favorite, Supta Pav Muktasana. So we take the right leg and bend it. Inhale before we move. Exhale as we clasp and pull gently towards us. I hope you're hearing me because the microphone was tucked under my chin. 3 breaths. Inhale as you release. Exhale as you push away. Both legs. That's right, both, and left. Inhale. Exhale as we squeeze. Three breaths. Inhale, release. Slide both legs away. And then it's a left leg. Inhale as we take a left foot towards our seat. Exhale as we squeeze. 3 breaths. So we're stretching the back, we're contracting the arms, we're squeezing the lymph nodes in the groin, under the armpits. We're tucking our chin in, so we're squeezing the thyroid. This is a wonderful exercise, simplicity. So again, we can do as many rounds of this as we wish, but we'll just leave it in one round today. Stretch out, take a few comfort breaths. I don't know why today, but my top is riding up. Now we're going to bend the left leg, put the foot to the seat, and we're going to take our right foot and place it on our left knee. So we have 2 options here. We can clasp under the knee or we can clasp over the knee. So you can clasp under, which isn't such a strong stretch. If you're comfortable with that and you're managing that, no problem, then you stretch for top of the knee. And this is all we're looking for. So inhale, exhale, apply a little bit of pressure. So just relax into the position. Remember, it takes 6 seconds for muscles, tendons, ligaments to start to release and to help you. Of course, you can lie back on this one and rest your neck if it's uncomfortable, but it's a different stretch. A few more breaths, or come out of it if it's too much. And release. Foot down, and obviously you know what's coming now. A quick athletic flip. Left foot on top of right knee. So again, you have the choice of clasping under the knee or over the knee if you have the flexibility, and relax into it. Some people find this uncomfortable in the neck, so you can always lie back. But it's a different stretch completely, if you want to try that. I prefer keeping the chin tucked in. And by now you'll have figured out which side is looser, so you can always then do an additional stretch on the one that's a bit tighter. So release it. Stretch out the legs. Palms upwards. Shavasana, floppy feet. Take a few slow, smooth, deep breaths. My body is rested. My mind is calm. My heart is at peace. My spirit soars. Few more breaths, slow, smooth, and deep. Always waiting for your natural pause. You can smile as you do. It's said to be the seed of meditation, that natural pause. And then release that breath. Soften and surrender any tension, physical, mental, emotional. Let it all fall away. Smile. Body is rested. My mind is calm. My heart is at peace. My spirit soars. One more breath. Remember, lying in Shavasana, you're trying to get as much surface area of the body totally relaxing on the floor. Just as I said that, my body let go. So we'll try that again. You're trying to get as much surface area of the body totally relaxing onto the floor. So from doing this for many, many years, just by me saying that, my body continues to let go. I feel like I'm almost sinking into this mat. Okay, we're just going to roll onto our left side. We did this last week. And it's just a stretch with the legs. So the feet are at right angles. Right angles to the legs, which gives you a bit of support for balance. The shoulders under the elbows under the shoulder. And again, we can have this hand here for support. We can place it here if you wish, if you're comfortable with your balance. And we're just going to bring the top leg forward and back. So we inhale, as we exhale, forward we come. So we're bringing the leg forward, but we're not leaning back. We're trying to keep our base position a bit classy. Inhale as you come back. Exhale as you push it back. Again, you're not taking your torso forward, so it means you can put the leg back further. You're keeping it neutral and seeing how far you can get. I can't get very far in this position. So we inhale, exhale as we come forward. Wait for your natural pause. Inhale as you come back. Exhale back. Once more. Remember, once you've practiced these, or you've taken a note of the ones that you like, you can repeat them as many times as you wish, and you can make up your own practice with the postures that you enjoy, but always throwing in one that you don't like, because that's the one that will test you the most, and you will gain more from it. Now we'll do a simple leg lift. There's two ways of doing this: lifting up the leg and holding and counting the breaths, or inhaling up, exhaling down. So find the way that works for you. But as you lift it, try not to turn the foot around so it's pointing upwards. Try to keep the outside of the foot, try to keep the edges of the feet parallel. That's the best way to explain it. Because if you turn the foot around, of course you can lift it up higher, but it's not the stretch we're looking for. So you can hold it in the position and just breathe. That gives a healthy ache. Remember, there's always a difference between healthy pain and unhealthy pain. So this is slightly uncomfortable, but it's healthy. It's just I'm asking the body to do something I haven't asked for quite some time. Exhale down. But you get the idea. You play about with the postures, and any questions you just write and ask. We'll try and address them. You get the idea. You can inhale up, exhale down, 10, 15, 20, whatever, or you can inhale up, hold, and without turning the foot upwards, keep it parallel. Okay, a quick flip onto the other side. Remember, at any time you can stop the video, rewind, reflect. So again, we're not pointing the toes, we're allowing the feet to remain at right angles to the legs. Get comfortable. Check everything's in line. Check that your base position is classy. And again, inhale. And exhale as you come forward. Doesn't matter how far you come. I've already been swimming today and cycling, so my cycling up a hill, so my legs are quite tight. And back. try to relax into the position. With time, the balance will come. Inhale, exhale. Again, you can continue this for 10 minutes. You can really immerse yourself in the posture. It's not the number of repetitions you do, but it's where your body and mind goes during the movements. That's more important. Slow, smooth, deep breaths. With awareness of what's happening. Then we'll lift. So again, my movements in these positions are minimal. Relatively stiff hips. But I prefer to keep the leg up and breathe into the posture as opposed to lifting up and down. But you get the idea. So now we just lie down on our back. We're going to do the preliminary plow and inverted posture. We've done this last couple of weeks, if I remember right. So again, it's a subtle movement. Let's get comfortable in your back. Feet to the seat. And all we're doing is we're keeping the legs together and we're taking them up to the first point of resistance. Again, I don't get much movement in this position. If you've a weak lower back and it's been damaged, then you support it by placing your fists under the edge of your buttocks. But you're trying to keep as much of the lower back on the ground as possible. You're not doing this. That's a different stretch altogether. We're just trying to get a little bit of stretch in the lower back there. This is all we're looking for. Preliminary plow. And because this is a weak part of my body, my legs begin to shake a little. So that's usually a sign that you've been long enough in the posture, because what happens is the primary muscles start to complain, which is happening now, and the secondary muscles try and do the work, which are not suited for. But if you're still finding this position, then what you can do is just open and close, but make sure you've got the support. I'm getting a little shake, which is okay. Just from experience, I know that's still okay. The legs are just a little bit tired. You get the idea, but it's important. My fists are supporting the lower back. If I take my hands out and place them at the side, flat down, then it's a much sterner stretch. My body doesn't like it at all. What we're going to do now is we'll lift the lower back off the ground. We push down with our hands. Up we come, and our hands go into the hips. And again, this is all we're looking for. We're not taking the legs away down close, close, close. We're keeping them at whatever angle that is. We're not jamming the chin into the sternum. We're just allowing all this blood, the lower part of the body, to trickle back naturally. Just relax and breathe slowly and deeply. Obviously, if you've high blood pressure, if you've problems with your eyes, then you don't stay in these positions for so long. To come out, you place your hands on the mat, gives you support, and you slowly bend at the knees, unroll. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Clasp the knees, clasp your fingers around the knees, and we're just going to roll side to side. So give a nice massage. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Then we're going to rock and come up. So again, make sure you've got support, proper support under the back. Make sure you've got... And eventually you can just come up. Sit tall. Sit tall, which gives me a chance to remember what's next. Try and mix up the sequence of postures so they don't become repetitive and you don't go through them without thinking. I know sometimes one posture naturally moves on to another, but you can become so blasé in doing them that you're missing the whole point. Okay, it's Crescent Moon, I've remembered. So we'll roll up our mat so we get some support for our knees. Too many yoga teachers have damaged the knees. I didn't damage mine with yoga, but with football. Okay. So we're going to stretch forward with the right leg. We've done this many times. So we'll kneel on the left, stretch forward with the right. So we're looking for the width between the legs to give us balance. But we don't need so much balance when you're just going forward and back. But when you're putting in a twist or raising your arms, then you need the balance. So just check that when you go forward, nothing's snapping, there's nothing uncomfortable. If you're coming forward very easily, then you can probably edge the foot a bit further. Check it's not too narrow. You can always take your back foot and put it diagonally across to give more balance. But just check it, you're comfortable as you come forward. That's not too bad. So inhale. And just allow it to come forward. You're not leaning forward. You're keeping the back upright. Opening the chest. And just soften into the position. So after you've done a few breaths, we'll raise the arms. If you want to, you can stay in this position without raising the arms. And soften down. So we inhale as we lift up through the arms, stretch up through the torso, and soften into it. Lift up and soften. Inhale, lift up. You can look up if you wish. You can lean back. Play about with it. I'm not a great one of leaning back. It's a little uncomfortable. And when you feel you've had enough, you inhale as you come up. And exhale down. Other times we've done the inhaling and opening the body and stretching out. But that's another option for another day. A quick athletic flip. Forward with the left. Again, you can stay in these postures for as long as you wish. Once you've built up the physical structures, once you've built up the mental structures. So again, have a test to see. Got the balance. See that you're comfortable. Adjust any clothing. Because the benefit comes from staying in the posture slightly longer. But usually in the class environment, people get bored. So a few breaths. Keeping the shoulders open. Keeping the torso long. When you feel you're comfortable and you're not shaking, you're not going to topple over, raise your arms. And an inhalation, soften into it. And when you're ready to come out, inhale as you come up. Exhale as you go down. Again, you have the option, if you wish, you can do it twisting in the stretch forward, or you can twist around, inhale, stretch through the palms and relax, but that's not for today. Okay, unroll your mat. I believe it's Trikonasana now, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Trikonasana. Before we do that, feet parallel. Without looking, feet parallel, sense the parallel. Also sense that someone is standing, someone has attached a thread to the center of your head, and they're pulling you up ever so gently. As you inhale, it's almost effortless, a slight elongation of the whole body. Allowing everything else to remain completely relaxed. I've said many times before, you get a slight contraction of the gluteals, slight contraction of the abdominals, shoulders open up, and it just feels delicious. If you were to slump, and then you were to come up slowly, then you'd actually feel that happening. Slight contraction of the gluteals, I feel it now, the abdominals pulling in, the shoulder opening. But if you were to do this individually, what happens is you get a tightness, a tightness, a tightness, and it becomes like robotic. But when you naturally imagine a thread attached to your scalp, gently, gently assisting you, it's a completely different experience. I feel like smiling at the moment because it's so relaxing. The universal language of love. Which we're being asked to hide at the moment. A smile. Doesn't seem right. Okay. So heels against the edge of the mat, slightly more than hip width apart. We're going to do Trikonasana. Again, we've done this before. So it's a comfortable position. You know, no need to be stretched out so far. We're going to, the reason I say heels against the side of the mat is it gives you a perfect line. So you're more likely to remain in a state of balance. We're going to swivel on the right heel. I'm going to stretch out to the right, and then we're just going to tip over to the right. So you have the option of bending the knee as you do this. You can keep the knee straight if you're flexible enough. It doesn't matter how far you tip over to. You can stretch out and just tip over to the thigh, to the knee, to the calf muscle, to the foot. The most important thing is when you tip over, you keep the body open. You don't take it forward. And you focus on the inside of the knee, trying to overtake the outside. This will keep the limb open, and it will keep the knee in a position of balance as opposed to coming in. Inside of the knee, trying to overtake the out. And this means it stays around the correct position. So as the experience is better than explanation, we better try it. So we're stretching out, we're stretching out, we're stretching out, we're stretching out. And at the last moment, touch to wherever's comfortable, keep the torso open, and down you come. Oops, almost lost my balance myself. I'm too busy looking at what I'm doing in the screen. So concentrate on your knee being open. Again, you can bend the knee or you keep the leg straight and just ease into it. And obviously, with time, after the 6 seconds, you will go into a different position. You get the idea. Inhale as we come up. Turn around at the heel. Exhale down. Take a few comfort breaths. Back to the thread. Now we swivel on the left heel. Check that your position's comfortable. That was my knee snapping. I don't know if you heard that. This is why you must take your time. This is why you wait with the breath. This is why you have to have the awareness. The snap, crackle, pop isn't a bad thing. It's the muscles, tendons, ligaments moving into a new position that you're asking them. It can also be bubbles, air bubbles within the synovial fluid. So this is why we take our time. Inhale. Stretch out. Lean across, lean across, lean across. And at the last moment, tip down to wherever. It doesn't have to be far at all, as long as you keep the body open. And breathe into it. Relax the neck. Don't try and squeeze the neck. So to stretch in a hamstring, with time you'll be able to straighten the leg. Some days I straighten it, some days I don't. Depends what other activity I've been doing. This is the thing, some days I go right down to my foot, other days I don't. It doesn't matter. As long as you keep the rudiments of the posture, keep the class of the posture. To come out, inhale as you push up. Exhale down. Foot to the front. Some days your postures won't be as good as others. This is okay. In a class, people become very self-conscious that it's got to be the best. It's got to be as good as anyone else. Not really. Okay, we're going to touch the opposite toe. So we inhale. Going to take a left hand and touch the right leg. You may get to the toe, we don't know. So you exhale as you come around. You can touch the thigh, the knee, the shin, the foot. Around and up to the first point of resistance. You breathe into it and relax. Again, you can try and keep the legs straight, which will give you a pull in the hamstrings and behind the knees. Or if you want to bend them ever so slightly, please do. You have two options, because if you bend them, that means you're bending the knees so you can get further into the posture. Or you can keep the legs straight and that got so far down. So you get the idea. You can do this dynamically. You can inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, or you can go into the forward position and have a few breaths. So just continue a few more in your own time to each side. You get the idea. We're going to heel toe together. Sway in palm tree. So this is more gentle than the previous two. Excuse me. Sway in palm tree. So we take our hands. Too many seeds in my porridge this morning. Clasp at the fingers. You can have an easy clasp, like so, or you can turn it around, and that's more strenuous. So decide which one is for you, and we're just going to do sway from side to side, the sway in palm tree. So that's easier. Inhale, or you can have that. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, gently release. Inhale as you come up, lift up. Exhale. The same applies here. You're keeping the body open. Inhale up. You're not coming forward like this, turning the torso so you can go further down. Keep your lateral stretch as pure as you can. Doesn't matter how far you get, but try to keep your arms straight. Inhale up. Exhale down. You can stay in the bent position if you wish. For as many breaths as you wish. There are many, many ways to do each posture, as you already know. You can stay here. Inhale, stretch through, and soften. And up you come. Always re-engage the stretch at the top, and that's what you take down to the side. These are very simple, but very effective. When you feel you've had enough, inhale, stretch up, and that's a stretch you take down. That's a stretch you take down. Okay, we're going to do a balance up on the toes. So again, same clasp, easy one, or more challenging. And we're going to come up on the toes as we raise the clasp, hold, down on the heels, back down to the head. So you're looking straight ahead, your feet are parallel. Inhale as we come up. Hold for your natural pause. Exhale as we go down, and you're trying to touch the head at the same time as your heels touch the ground, keeping your elbows open, obviously. A few more in your own time. Or you can pause the video, do as many as you wish. When you've had enough, inhale, stretch up, stretch out. Adjust your clothing. Catch your breath if you're out of breath. Allow the body to breathe naturally, standing tall. Smile. I want you to physically smile whether you feel like it or not. And sigh, whether you feel like it or not. Sighing is said to be the quickest way to initiate the relaxation response. So simply by sighing, you're breaking that circuit of tension. So between sighing and smiling, you have a wonderful self-help toolbox of tricks. You mustn't believe anything I say. The next time you're upset, the next time you're annoyed, try sighing. Try smiling. Try breathing and see what happens. We'll finish with Vedic salutation. It's a very nice movement. So feet hip width apart, slightly more if you wish. Remember, we're going to open the hands, close, open the arms, close to Namaste, raise up, down, open, close, open, close. Inhale as we open the hands, just the hands. Wait for your pause. Exhale, close. Inhale, open arms. And gently lean back. Wait for your pause. Exhale, Namaste. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, Namaste. Inhale, open arms. Exhale, close. And we finish with hands. That's one round. We'll do a couple more rounds. Inhale, open hands. Slow, smooth, deep breaths. Feel the circulation, feel the tingling, feel the heat. Exhale, close. It feels like I've got on oven gloves. My hands feel massive. Inhale, open arms. Exhale, Namaste. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, down. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Finish with open and closed hands. Before we do the last one, have a wee look. What are you feeling? What are the sensations? Are you feeling better? Are you feeling worse? You pulled any muscles? Have you released any discomfort? Your spirit's better. Are you still not in the mood, or has your mood changed since you started? Only by answering these questions for yourself will you be able to devise a practice that works for you with honesty and openness, respect. And it doesn't really matter what anyone else is doing. Last one. You've finished. Take your feet parallel. Relax the shoulders. Check that you haven't dropped your chin. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyes. Your nose, your cheekbones. Your ears. Relax your jaw. Your gums and your teeth. Smile. Just feel that circulation, that heat, that tingling. I have it, so you must have it too. Now what you've done is eased a bit of tension out of the body, which has allowed an open road for your oxygenated blood, cleaner blood to rush to the areas with nutrition. Perhaps you've slowed down your thoughts. I certainly feel better than 1 hour ago. You always have that option, wherever you are, to stop what you're doing, change how you're thinking, take a few breaths, a few stretches, start again. You always have this option. You can remain standing, or you can sit down in Vajrasana, or you can lie down in Shavasana. And I'll just read out finishing quote. It's unknown, but I like this one. Not everyone likes this one, but depends what category you're in. Small minds can't comprehend big spirits. To be great, you have to be willing to be mocked, hated, and misunderstood. However, stay strong. Small minds can't comprehend big spirits. To be great, you have to be willing to be mocked, hated, and misunderstood. Stay strong. And by practicing yoga, that is one of the ways that enables you to stay strong. As always, much love and namaste.